And welcome to the Volunteer State here on Grid Vision. We get ready to watch the Dirty Air Racing Experience take on the world's fastest half-mile Bristol Motor Speedway. A stark contrast to the 2.66-mile behemoth of Talladega that we watched these guys race around last week. I'm Sheldon Atkins, joined in the booth by Roger Pierce and Austin Derbyshire. And Roger, tell me, what do you got here for Bristol tonight?
Man, this is a great track. The last great Coliseum, right? NASCAR knows it. It's super fast, really high banking. Car gets really loose on corner exits. You're gonna have to take care of the tires. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what these guys got after seeing them on a super speedway play track racing. Let's see how they do fighting it out here.
It's also first time for us getting the opportunity to cover the Dirty Air Racing Experience here on a short track as opposed to Super Speedway. You know, they've been pretty much locked into Super Speedway racing all year long since they started the season, and a little bit of a change up here late in the year, and I'm kind of excited to see what these guys have in store too. But I know one thing that's always in store when you come to Bristol and you get a whole bunch of guys that don't know each other together, and that is chaos. As we get a look at the Google Earth track map here, and beautiful facility. I love how on the track map too, the banked part is actually the stands.
I mean, I've been here a handful of times, right? I've actually got to drive on this track, and I can tell you there's nothing like it. This place is massive. Like you said, half mile, right? It's tiny and it's fast.
The best analogy I've ever heard was when I fired up NASCAR 15 for the first time, decided to race around Bristol, and Darrell Waltrip said it was like flying a fighter jet around a gymnasium. And honestly, perfect analogy because things happen quick here. This is one of two tracks on the service here in Dover. Like both concrete high bank speedways are two tracks where you don't get a second to breathe. You don't get a second to think. You just send it in the corner. The sense of speed is so high here. It feels like you're going way faster than you actually are. And if somebody makes a mistake in front of you, well, you just close your eyes and hold the throttle and hope that you somehow make it out. As you look at the results from last week at Talladega, Matthew Whitney brought home the gold. Travis Decker came home second, with Ronald Hall coming home third. Fourth went to Seth Zacharias, and Stephen Gill rounded out the top five. But moving onward here, Roger, what's your keys to success to getting around this speedway?
Man, I only have one, right? Coliseum, don't die. It's controlled chaos, right? And you control it. You control your own destiny when it comes to this race. You have to have wreck avoidance. You have to have vision, all that. Just don't die. That's it.
It is always attrition here, and don't die is obviously imperative. I'll throw one up here myself while we wait for qualifying to finish out. They're going a little off script here, but the one thing that I've known about this place is the longer you stay on that bottom lane, the longer you get those left side tires on that transition from the flat to the apron, right on that seam where the yellow stripe is, the longer you're going to have pace and the faster you're going to go at the end of the run, because these guys are going to go up to the outside line, and they're going to find out real quick that the last few updates that iRacing has done to this facility has kind of whittled down that outside lane's grip and pace. And the more you go up there, the more you're going to tear up those right sides. You just want to keep it down there on that bottom.
You know, I can tell you too, because I had a meeting with one of the iRacing devs. It's 35%. They took away 35% grip on the top line here at Bristol. Fun fact for you, folks. And with this new adaptive track, the bottom isn't going to last forever. So it's going to get really interesting.
Absolutely, because we know how out of control the outside line is. We've seen it with the Xfinity cars, the Cup cars in the past couple years, but we're going to get to the starting grid now and starting on the pole. And, well, no surprise for anybody with a 14.980. Nick Light setting a track record here this evening with Jackson Connell up top in second. Third, going to be the one machine of Dana Ryan with Garrett Lucas in fourth. Fifth place is going to be the 10 machine of Corey Lane with Michael Hall in sixth. Seventh going to Ethan George with Dave Shutt in eighth. Ninth place is going to be Jordan Gunea, and Keaton Cox rounds up the top 10. Roger.
Yeah, and 11th will be Michael Willie with Nate Blasdell in 12th. 13th, Hunter Wellborn with 14th, David Moyer. David Weir's 15th, and 16th will be Robert Lovell. Yep. Ricky Miles 17th, and Ben Johnson will be 18th. 19th, Terry Henry with Donnie Beach in 20th.
Rolling off the grid, 21st going to be the 13 machine of James Jepson with Cedric Hipkins in 22nd. 23rd going to Stephen Gill with John Miles in 24th. 25th place, 29 machine of Peyton Kleba with Dustin Maboket. I think I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. He'll be starting 29th, actually. I'm looking at the grid right now. A little jumbled up for me. Let me get that fixed real quick. Sorry, 26th place is going to be Bryce Hinton with Andrew Bryson in 27th. 28th going to Carlos Andrade with Dustin starting 29th. And running at the top 30 is going to be Tristan Heath and Roger. Bring us to the 40s.
Yeah. 31st be Tristan Combs with TJ Allen in 32nd. 33rd, Noah Rainwater with Rusty Chancey in 34th. 35th be DJ Thomas with Dylan Chavez in 36th. Oh, it is a little messed up here. Hold on. Bear with me. 37th be Scott McLean in 38th. Christopher Peters. 39th be Connor Homan. And 40th, Blake Dorney. Cameron Hall, Brian Smith, and Cody Vaughn will be 40th. 41st, 42nd, 43rd. I think they're only doing 43.
We're getting to that. We're getting to that point right now where we gotta count and figure out how many stalls there are just to figure out who's actually going to be in the race tonight. So I do believe that we've got everybody covered.
43.
That we can get covered. 43.
I believe it's 43.
Oh, more info tonight. Track temp currently 81 degrees. Ambient temp is right at 80. 81 degrees. See the lights out on the iRacing Pace truck as they get ready to work into the restart zone. 2 laps, though. We get under caution here. And Roger, what about wheel spin? You know, we saw it all week at Darlington this week in the Cup car. I know Bristol back in the day used to get a little tail happy at Dover and Bristol here in the trucks. Do you think we're going to see a little bit of that tonight?
You know, I really don't know. I work a lot with these cars during the week, and we do a lot of testing, a lot of different stuff, figuring out what iRacing has changed during the patches and stuff like that. But Bristol is not on the schedule anytime soon, so I really don't know. I'm excited to see it though, because the air package kind of changed, so you might see a different restart here.
Aero package, dynamic track. It's an all new sim, and this is the first time we're getting to see it get really put to the test as they come into the restart zone. The green flag is out. We are underway, and here comes the 11 machine around the outside, drops down. Gill going to take the lead here.
Yeah, they're all trying to get sorted out, right? 200 laps, long race. Every 50 laps is a stage. Kind of like last week. They're not going to throw a caution for that spin right there.
One truck around. The 10 machine
2 trucks
gets
around.
Turned.
3
That's
trucks.
Corey Lane.
Saved
a couple
it.
others
Wow.
on the back straightaway. Everybody keeps it in the right direction, though, and that was a way cleaner start than I was expecting. So we got another one going around in the back. Was that Sesame Street colors?
No,
it's John Miles. Heavy damage to the S&M, and that's going to be toe leak damage right there, because you see how full that right front is, and I can promise you that wheel's pretty bent up.
Yeah, and I'm looking here. So they're given 4 fast repairs, unlimited tire sets. So kind of the same as last week. Under the caution, they can get it fixed. They just kind of have to wheel it around for 50 laps. But luckily, it's only a 15 to 16 second lap time here. So 50 laps goes by really fast.
Also, one of the drivers calling out that a netcode incident at the start. And I don't know. I know you weren't around when we got the aero package update in 2019, but this track is probably the most susceptible to netcode out of all of them because the amount of G-force vehicles pull through the corners here, it kind of makes iRacing's predictive kind of go crazy. You know, 2018, 2019, when we got the aero package update for the Cup car, got the high downforce, low horsepower. You'd come into the corner, you'd carry so much extra load, and the cars were basically dancing all the way through the corner. It was like everybody was driving a lowrider, and it was for everybody. And iRacing had to go make a patch midweek to fix that. But it just shows you how on edge of technical capabilities we are when we come to the Speedway.
Yeah, I mean, this place in Dover, right, they have the netcode possibility more than any other track because of the way the cars unload coming out of the corner and the speeds. Like you're seeing here, going through 1 and 2, it's so fast, and the cars just unload the truck right here, right? It just maximum pressure. Sorry, that was 3 and 4. You kind of get lost here, even watching it from the broadcast booth. They just unload coming out of the corner, and you don't really see the stability, and so the stability comes with your throttle control. If you have good throttle control, you're gonna set a good pace for yourself.
well, any other half mile too in the world, aside from 4 or 5 high bank tracks that we talk about, your speed at the end of the corner is going to be, as we see, a massive wreck there through 3 and 4. But your speed at the end of the corner is going to be, about $1.15, maybe $1.20. And here is, oh my god, huge stack up out of 4, and it's the wreck that it's the gift that just keeps on giving.
Oh, it's a parking lot. Oh, I thought we were gonna go.
Nobody's parking. As we see the 6 truck do a pop shove it here at the start finish line, and our Dodge loyalist producer, our Ram loyalist producer, his heart drops to the floor as the SRT truck is absolutely killed, and they are still wrecking. Oh no! I don't think anybody is going to be able to make it around here.
Oh, here we go. We're getting people asking for cautions.
And the reason why a caution is not being thrown, too, is because, it's 200 laps at Bristol, and it is a open-hosted race, and, well, we would probably not be done until about 5:30 if we threw a caution for everything.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I have a race to go to tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I would rather try to get a little bit of sleep before having to drive to Darlington tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be a good call. Nobody wants to go watch a cup race with absolutely no rest, that's for sure. I'm sure you're going to be pretty busy down there, too. A lot of people to meet up with.
A few. I got a little bit planned. We'll see. We're
superstar over here.
We're not announcing what we're doing yet. Got some pit passes, gonna have some fun.
You're going to be the substitute driver for Alex Bowman for the rest of the season, I heard.
No, not even close. Look at this front nose damage, though, on the 99 truck. Hunter Wellborn, right? As you see, he's got really big nose damage, but he's taking his corner. Oh, they're wrecking in front of him. I'm sorry, buddy. And he just got more nose damage.
I think this is the first time on Grid Vision that we've had the opportunity to broadcast dodgeball.
How do we call somebody without them getting the broadcaster's curse, man? I think the strats try to go slow. I agree. I think that's, yes, 100%.
Yeah, at this point, you kind of have to wait until everybody filters their way out. As we see the wreck that happened right in front of the 99 truck that you were so graciously talking about. And, of course, it's the Ward Burton paint scheme getting destroyed at Bristol. If that doesn't just take me back to my childhood, I don't know what does. Except I'm not crying in the floor watching it happen right now.
Oh.
We've come a long way.
Hold your brakes, guys. Hold your brakes. Hold your brakes goes a long way, guys. Just putting that out there for you. But, yeah, I mean, even with the damage, right, some of these guys are managing their race really well. I mean, their front ends, they're destroyed. Some people are taking fast repairs, taking tires. I mean, and they're just kind of going slow now. You're seeing kind of all the lines work, which I like seeing all 3 lines work at Bristol. I think that makes exciting racing. The top definitely blows off your tires more. Oh, we're getting some banging going on.
There you go. I think at this point, though, the best bet would be run the apron, and they're wrecking again out of turn 4.
Oh, the 5 and 85.
Somebody lost a motor.
That's a hard hit. The 7 of Ricky Miles, he's the 5 in Sim, but the 7 of Ricky Miles just got absolutely destroyed.
I do have to say, something that's cool about this, though, is this is the perfect stress test for our new replay system as we get a look at the replay.
Yeah, right here. Okay,
right
so
there.
Hit.
And that's a classic Bristol wreck right there.
But look, he goes below the yellow. Slide job, right? Great move.
Oh, no! He got clotheslined.
Yeah, that's all I saw. I saw the 85 come down, and I saw Ricky just get destroyed.
That's like the scene out of Scary Movie 4.
Oh, it looks like this happens at Darlington this week. Here we
go.
Look at the slide. Look at the slider line. I like this. That was a good move. And then
jump scare.
Nothing you could do. Nothing.
Oh.
I think Nick Lights decided that this wasn't for him.
That's.
I don't see his name.
Well, this is what it feels like to chew 5 gum.
I don't think anybody doesn't have damage.
Pace truck's looking pretty clean right now.
Wait till the caution comes out. Someone's gonna hit
You know
it.
what? That's a good point. But you know, not as bad as one of the leagues I cover. They had a choose cone
Yes.
car,
Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic Racing Series, and every week the choose car didn't get to finish the race because it either ran out of gas or got destroyed.
So we had a choose cone car in one of my old leagues I did, and you got a ASRA. You got a penalty for hitting the choose cone, and then you got a sticker for like a wins sticker, but it was a pace car sticker that hit the pace car. So that was always kind of fun.
That's a good time. So look up in front of the pack right now, and I believe that is the 17. Yes, it is the 17 machine. Ethan George and the Bass Pro Chevrolet putting together a pretty good pace right now. 16.6 across the stripe that time.
Listen,
So we can
I don't know what to call it. The eighth place is a lap down. It's
That is
so,
insane. Look at that.
look at
That's
that truck,
a
though. I
clean
like
looking
that.
paint scheme though.
Yeah.
Martin Truex Jr. Patriotic Bass Pro paint scheme. Got the old Greg Biffle sticker on the rear bumper. I mean, you know, and it's the new Truex camo too that he had the last year or two before he retired. Pretty good look. You know, his Bass Pro trucks or cars always look good, and Patriotic paint scheme's always good. Good sell point as well. Clean
Yeah,
work.
I got to
Tell
go
that's
see
a-
it the night
You
race
tell it's a
at Bristol.
custom too.
Truex's last night race at Bristol was kind of, and it was, he just always brought a good car, right? It was just a clean car to look at.
I got to give a shout out to I think that says Sam Hefner Designs on the left rear bumper. Good looking truck.
Do it for Biff too. Yep.
Yep. You got the Biff sticker back there. Yeah, great looking truck there. Quality.
Sam
Always
Hefner
love a good
Designs,
paint
all right.
scheme.
I like simple paint schemes, right? Simple for me is better, but sometimes some of these elaborate ones just look really good. The 57 Cummins truck, for some reason to me, that
That's
little
a
bit of
good-looking
blue
truck.
line, that blue line just really pulls it together for me because there's no other blue on that truck, and I don't know why, but it's kind of sticking out to me.
It kind of has that like a Valvoline kind of feel.
Oh, look at that net code. The 66 and 57, that net code was a half a car length.
And for me, I'm a sucker for a good spec map without too much clutter. Oh no! It's not Heim time.
Oh, he didn't put it in the barrels though. He's kept
He
it straight.
saved it. That's a crazy save because I thought he was about to eat the water barrels down there on pit road.
The 28 JBL truck, it's got late model numbers on it. Like a good old super late model 28 font. That looks pretty good too. Some of these trucks tonight, they look pretty good.
The 14 truck looks real good too.
Oh,
In session.
he's a
I mean,
37.
it's beat up pretty heavy, but the Grizzly nicotine pouches Ram looks pretty clean.
Yeah,
It's really weird, right? So, you know, R.J. Reynolds left the sport in the 2000s for obvious reasons with the Winston Cup Series. And we've gone full circle. Now Grizzly nicotine pouches, an R.J. Reynolds product, is a title sponsor of the NASCAR Cup Series,
yeah.
which
Back
is
with colleague
oh,
Motorsports.
yep. A little bit of a shot there from the 5 machine. But yeah, no, they're also one of the presenting sponsors of the series as well. So R.J. Reynolds back in the loop for NASCAR. Pretty neat.
Look at that. And he's got the Tyler Reddick thing going on. No front fender.
Yeah, it does not look like it's helping him like it helped Reddick at Atlanta. Is
No.
the only problem.
No.
Of course, I remember running Martinsville, getting the right front fender knocked off one year, and thinking, "Oh man, it'll be good like Junior." Oh, they're wrecking around. Goes Miles in a huge stack up in the front straightaway.
7 laps before the stage. Yeah,
No,
but
I was
the
hoping the
37
fender-
truck was what I was talking about. Yeah, right there, that 28 coming out of the pits. Those are late model numbers. That thing looks so good.
Oh,
That right there, you just can't. That's just kind of what's
He
happening
just-
tonight.
He just got used up right there. If you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a truck. That's what we're getting at, right? It's not. It's better than I thought it was gonna be, though. I was expecting like when Arca goes to Concord. Have you ever ran one of those, Roger?
No,
You got it. It is the most fun you will have in your life because it's like running barefoot through a yard of broken glass. Everybody's getting hurt. You just got to try to be the last one.
Or not, but it was Trucks at Hickory a few years ago. Oh, that was fun. That was blast.
And
Caution's out.
there's a stage caution right there. And our stage winner is going to be, well, the only truck left on the lead lap, the 57 machine of Keaton Cox. So your paint scheme getting some strong representation here, Roger.
There you go.
The Cummins Ram comes across the start-finish line to seal the deal. Second place goes to the 75 machine of Dave Shutt, with David Weir coming home third. Fourth place for stage one going to be Ethan George, with Bryce Hinton, Jordan Gunea, Robert Lovell, Dana Ryan, and James Jepson, and Ben Johnson running up the top 10. And with 50 exhilarating laps on the board, I think now's a great time to send it to a quick word from some of our sponsors while they get everybody back on the lead lap here. We'll be back to bring you more of the racing action here on The Grid.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And welcome back to Brid Vision. Professional broadcast, folks. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Grid Vision here for the Dirty Air Racing Experience live from Bristol. That's where we messed up. I'm Sean
Welcome back
Atkins,
to
joined
Grid
by
Vision.
Roger Pierce. Cox is the one that won stage 1. No Thomas is on the track, so everybody is safe. But the 57 machine looking hooked up pretty well here from Thunder Valley as we watch everybody wall ride to get a lap back here because the entire field receiving wave arounds because the Cummins Ram was the only one on the lead lap, and they're wrecking under yellow. Bryce Hinton gets into the back of somebody. Oh, and there's a couple cars around here on the back straightaway. No, sorry, the front straightaway. Oh, no, they're still wrecking.
Again. Oh.
John Miles just turned the 85 machine to Donnie Beach. And if that ain't a beach.
I didn't get nobody in that, did I? It's insane work. Oh boy.
Single file restart here into the zone. Green flag is out. I don't think anybody told the race leader the green flag was coming out, but Cox going to get a good advantage here down into 1 and 2. Side by side, Weird going at it with Dave Shutt. The battle for second place heating up. Almost contact tag to the outside wall there for Wire, but here comes Shutt with the advantage into 3. That's not, I think that's actually the wave round cars. As we got one car around in the back and into the barrels.
I think he's the only one. Just keep it on the apron. Keep it on the apron.
Oh, he almost cleaned out Donnie.
Man. I know you can't hear me, obviously. I mean, if you listen to the broadcast, you can, but like it's like it's a little chaotic here. But I mean, they're not going to throw cautions until the final stage. We know this. So
What was that show on History back in the day? Seconds from Disaster? I feel like that's what we're watching every time these guys send it off into the corner.
Man, they're just letting it go. Like, they're just letting that car wash. And there's no, I mean, that's kind of how you have to roll Bristol. You just kind of gotta trust it that the setup's gonna hold because it's how you become fast.
I mean, look, it has been a chaotic viewpoint for us here from the booth, but I'm not gonna lie, I do envy these guys because Bristol is just one of my favorite tracks to go to. It's so much fun. And you can, it's one of those places you can see it up at the booth too, how, what it is that makes it fun. You see these trucks load up into the corner, they're under a lot of load, a lot of like micro transactions you're having to make there with the pedals and the steering wheel to kind of keep the car in pocket. And it's such a great feeling, especially when you get it hooked up on that inside line. As we got one truck around here in front of not Ward Burton. Gonna keep it down on the apron though.
It's like I said earlier, right? I was fortunate enough to drive on this track for 25 laps, and to drive on this track in a Gen 6 Cup car, 83. Keep it on the apron. Oh boy, there you go. Good job. Look at that. I like it. Reverse 360. But yeah, like when you drive on this track, you can just kind of feel the history. Even if it's one lap, you're lucky to do it. But just the chance to do 20, it was just an honor. And you feel the grooves, you see the seams, and you kind of just want to go faster every lap, kind of just push it until you realize it's not your car and you're going to wreck it. So got to back it down. But it's pretty
fun. All the exciting moments that have come out of this track too. I mean, you and I were lucky. We grew up into the that age of the golden age of the sport. The peak of NASCAR's excellence. Right at the end of the Bill France Jr. era, at the cusp of the Brian France era. And, you were talking earlier about, your first racing memory was Dale Jr. winning in the Oreo car. Well, one of my first ever memories of Bristol was, watching Ward Burton get out of the car, throw his knee pad, Sadler throwing a helmet. Just all that crazy 2002 Sharpie 500 that ended with Jeff Gordon pulling off the cleanest bump and run in racing history on Rusty Wallace. And, ever since like that moment right there, I was already hooked on the sport. That was the one, that race right there. I still go back and watch that once every couple years, just because I don't think I've ever seen a better race. As we look here at the 66 machine.
Well, I mean, we talk about the golden years, right? But the way this truck packages on iRacing, it's kind of like that. If you get to the rear spoiler on a truck, it acts like that old Cup car where it gets really loose and either you hang on to it or you don't. and these trucks are slammed, right? Like they're not high up like they used to be back in the day with the bump springs, but it's we got one spinning down, holding on the apron, but like they're low to the ground. Oh,
Kevin
he's back on the
LePage.
track.
Luckily, nobody hits the 172, 117. I can't read, guys. Of Terry Henry. I really need to go back to school. I need to go back to school.
Terry
boys.
Henry is great.
It's not the Keystone's fault, all right? Scary Terry.
Yeah, Scary Terry. Oh, Ricky Miles goes around.
As we look at Scary Terry working through 3 and 4 here. Yeah, you really did earn a nickname here. Back down to the corner. Gets a little too much apron, maybe. Yeah, there it comes right there. Let's slide up. A little too much wheel.
Yeah, a little too much wheel.
And you are so on edge here. It does not matter.
Man.
You know, if normally we talk about it being the Cup car. Oh, you can't put too much wheel in it. It'll come around. You know, and all the other cars, like, yeah, you can let the thing, yaw out and get on the right rear. Around 2 years ago, or a year or so ago, they made changes to Bristol before they actually changed the grip levels of the track. For whatever reason, you cannot countersteer here the way you used to be able to. If it starts to get on that right rear, you're already gone. It does not matter. Oh, no, he's on more than the right rear. He's on the wall. The 5 machine, big slide up into the fence.
This is a replay. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, he just kind of did that. Yeah, they kind of like, it felt like they shaved the corner down, right? And we talked about the lack of grip, but when they shaved the corner down, all of these tracks are muscle memory to us. I mean, this is what we race. This is what we do. 53s in the wall hard. Good save.
But I've got 8 years of disqualification DNFs, stacked up in this track
right?
now.
Like we know this, but like we know our lifting points, we know our braking points. No matter what we drive here, it's a little bit different. Yeah, exactly. They took out the banking. They kind of shaved it down, and when the truck unloads coming out of the corner and the Cup car unloads, you can really feel it more now. And counter steering just doesn't work like it used to because of the platforms that we all have to build off of, and what iRacing build off of, and the fixed stuff.
Yeah, and it's normally, with the Cup car, we're used to seeing that everywhere we go, but this is one of those tracks, whether it's Cup, Xfinity, Truck, and I've always attributed it to a lot of people don't put enough rake in the car when we come here, and, the cars that aren't on the independent rear suspension, we're right on the side skirts all the way around. You get a look at it right here. That left rear side skirt, that's already dragging. And once you get the car loose, when you got the rear tires picked up off the ground, there's nothing to grab there. It's just going to slide out on those carbon fiber skirts, and you're going to go for one whale of a ride.
Oh, 66, save it! Oh my, they clipped each other. My bad.
Oh no, it's been a rough night for Ricky.
Oh, David Weir in the 66 truck. That was a little wild.
I think if Ricky could throw a helmet at somebody right now, he would definitely be doing it.
Oh yeah. The one thing I wish iRacing would do, you're talking about these side skirts, but if you remember back in the day, we used to kind of bend them out, right?
Yeah.
To make stuff faster. I wish that was kind of a thing in iRacing.
Well, so back, this actually falls through with the rulebook too. It was a subtle change that they made. I've been building subs on this game for way too long, as we see the spin here for the 69 machine. 2018, when I first started building sets, I know we're going way back into the archives here, but the goal was you get the car on the side skirts, and this is for the B car and the Cup car. You get this car on the side skirts. Once the fuel load would come up and you put pressure into the tires, that side skirt, it would stop dragging. Somewhere around 2019, that stopped being a thing. It would just be stuck on the side skirt all the way throughout the run. Same thing as you got with the splitter now. If you get the nose into the ground early in the run, you're going to have it into the ground at the end of the run too. But it was like the side skirts would kind of like the contact point would leave after a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they gave them the carbon fiber skirts in 2019, and at the same time, it just seemed like you couldn't get the skirt out of the ground. You had to put rake in the cars again.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, I miss being slammed to the ground everywhere we went, and just knowing if you get a vacuum seal with the rear end of the car, you were going to be ridiculously fast.
Can we ride on board with this 57 Dodge truck, because he is cutting through this traffic amazingly. And I want to point this out, right? He's a 2.2K I-rating driver. He's got an A-class license, 2.3 safety rating, and
Oh,
he
Scary
is
Terry's around again.
he is doing a fantastic job getting around the wrecks and maneuvering through these cars, through these trucks. I mean, he's got a lot of wheeling to it, I'll tell you that. But it's impressive to see all the wrecks that happen. I just saw Scary Terry go around again.
Oh
And
yeah, he got turned around by Carlos Andrade initially, and Terry just came over the radio and said he's gonna get Carlos back, and Carlos said he'll get him back.
Oh.
And it's been a circle of those two yelling at each other for the last couple minutes. So there is 100% Grid Vision Grade A certified beef here tonight from Bristol, and I got a feeling that it's about to get pretty rough.
I kind of want to see your burger tonight so we can see how Scary Terry's going to hit him.
And Terry also got hooked again after getting spun around by Carlos. So, because you're watching him recover.
Oh,
And gets another.
there's
little
another
bit of
one. They
help.
just happened again.
There he is. Terry's suffering.
Oh, Terry's
We
about
got
to
one.
get kicked. Hopefully not. Let's go back and watch what happens here before they kick him.
No, Terry is not happy.
Terry is not happy.
He's around again. And he's gone. Oh no. Yeah, Terry kind of ripped the e-brake in front of the field here. And he has been removed, but took a couple out.
Head directly to the wall to avoid it.
Well, currently 3 laps remaining in the stage. The 57 machine currently your race leader. 57 driven by Keaton Cox. Same guy that you've been highlighting here. Won the first stage, had most of the field put a lap down, and just putting together really consistent laps here. As he comes across the line here, take 1 lap to go in the stage.
Yeah, nothing fancy,
Down.
right? Just doing his thing.
Out of turn 2, back into 3 and 4 here for the final time, and rolling across the start-finish line. The green and white checkered, getting ready to wave here. There it is, the 57 machine of Keaton Cox. Locks out the first 2 stages here from Bristol.
I mean, that's a clean truck. That's impressive. Oh, we're having fuel. Oh, I forgot to do 30% fuel.
Tell you what, Keaton is making 400 IQ moves here. 101 laps on the board, though. Caution underway here for the stage. Everybody about to get their laps back. We're going to take another brief word from some of our sponsors. We'll be back to bring you more of the racing action here on the grid.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
105 laps on the board. Keaton Cox has been the dominating force here tonight from Thunder Valley. Field currently in the hands of the Ford machine of Lucas. Lights getting ready to go out on the iRacing pace truck as we get ready to finish the second stage caution. And it has been a night of, well, exactly what you said would pay off the most here, Roger. Don't die, and that's been pretty much the key to the race here for 57 to Keaton Cox. A little bit of strategies being thrown here, though, putting Garrett B. Lucas up in the front with Bryce Hinton in second. And, you know, the excitement is still very much, you know, we still got plenty more in store for you here tonight at Bristol. A lot of the field has put it behind the wall after the first stage, and a couple guys getting DQ'd and kicked out here and there. But, you know, starting to whittle down through some of these dangerous weapons and getting to the point where we might get ourselves some racing in. Everybody in the field right now trying to save every precious gallon they can, though, because if you listen to any truck in the field right now, the clutch is getting slammed to the floor and the engine's getting shut off.
We're going green. They did 6 laps of cautions. We're going green. Wait, what? The pace car's still out. Wait, okay, they're we're wrecking.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh,
Somebody yelled green and everybody wrecked. And that's, I mean, it's the same thing as saying fire in a crowded theater is what we just experienced. The pace truck has been Thanos snapped out of existence here on the back straightaway somehow, which I've never seen before.
the pace car didn't move, right? And then I heard iRacing command green, 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 and the pace car was still in the backstretch. So I was a little bit confused. What happened? I'm kind of curious. I don't know if they're gonna let these guys get their laps back or not. Who got damaged? I don't know, but yeah, this is it's kind of interesting.
I have. Did the pace truck get DQ'd for instance? Because that's what it looked like.
I don't know.
I mean, it definitely wasn't, obviously, but that's, you know, he just went poof.
And now they're now they're saying to pass the pace car. What is happening?
I have been on iRacing for a long time. I have way more hours in this than I probably have going outside. I'm not afraid to admit. I have never in my life seen that.
No. And this is my job. This is what I do, right? So, I've never. I kind of seen something close to that, but nothing relatively to that.
I'm touching grass after this.
Yeah. It's gonna be I don't know. Tell you what, we're talking about schemes earlier. That 28 truck, that 4 truck. I like that 4 truck. Obviously, I've worked with a lot of people that have that are on that 4 truck, so I got personal ties to it. But that it's just it's pretty clean, right? It's America. Just what screams it.
We're doing it for Biff right now too on the 4 truck of Garrett Lucas. The Black Rifle Coffee Company car, they always look good.
Man, I got to work with them in 2018, 2019, right? 2020. And before even iRacing, I got to work with them. And then I got to bring them in with me when I did iRacing. And those guys are just awesome. Even though, like, that's been through some leadership changes and some different stuff. They went public during the time. But they have an awesome attitude about esports and really divulged a lot of money into their program. And you can kind of see it in the Coke series with their drivers to be announced upcoming. We don't know who's going to drive for 199 yet, but I guarantee you're going to see a lot of the sponsors on this Ford truck on those cars.
Absolutely. It's great to see, too. It's just great seeing companies, invest into our side of the world as well as just motorsports as a whole. The more brands you get out there, the longer the sport's going to be around, because, there's been time frames where, I felt like, maybe we had like 5-10 years where things really changed in a negative light. But working into the restart zone here, field in the hands of Garrett Lucas and the Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Going to try to get through the gears, but here comes the 28 truck around the outside. Here comes hitting to the lead into 1 and 2.
You said coffee truck?
I stumbled, okay? I've
I
been chasing the
stumble all the
toddler
time.
all day.
I stumble all the time. I get it. Here's the question. So far, everyone's doing really good. This is okay. We're doing a lot better here. Oh, I say that and I jinx it.
Don't
They kept
do
it straight.
that.
They kept it straight.
Oh, don't say that either. They're going to go into 3 and 4. You know what they're not going to do?
I keep it straight.
Oh, no, it looks like we're pretty lucky. No, there it is.
Oh,
right
well,
there. See,
it
I
is.
said.
Yep, you said it, not me.
Yep.
Blame that one on Sheldon.
I am so sorry.
Ooh, keep the wheel straight. Oh, I think that's broke. No, is the wheel straight?
And Corey Lane, to quote British Petroleum in that episode of South Park, we're sorry. And this right here, this is just being on the outside line. There's a lot of marbles built up there. And you combine that with the difficult transition, it just comes right around on you. As you run that top line, you're absolutely cooking on that right rear with that throttle pedal being slammed to the floor, trying to make some kind of momentum.
That ain't straight. No, it's a toe issue.
I think that wheel might have a little bit of peyronie's. As we see the machine of Ethan George working through the field here, picking up a couple of quick spots. But right now, the guy I'm keeping my eye on, man, he's won everything here tonight. That 57 truck of Keaton Cox. I mean, I feel like he's going to keep this momentum up. He's done so great tonight, just being there when it matters the most. And one thing we don't really get the opportunity to talk about a whole lot when we come to Bristol, because we get so many cautions, and, we're not getting those tonight. And this is what I feel like might play in Keaton's favor, is he's done a really good job maintaining his equipment and managing his tires. Now, Bristol, with the concrete surface, the amount of load you carry through the corner, you end up chewing through tires quick here. Not to the same extent as Darlington, but, with corners this short and straightaways that short, you really start to feel the pain after a little while. And I think him just being, kind of a little under the tire here, each one of these runs, I feel like that's going to play into his strength.
Well, yeah, you can kind of see it here, right? Like, it's really, you see these different lines. I'm stumbling on my words now, but you can kind of see what works and what doesn't work. That middle line, it's going to be slow on entry, but it's fast on exit. The bottom's going to be fast on entry, but slow on exit. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And what about the top though, as I'm seeing, is these guys are getting really loose coming out of the corner riding the top. You're seeing the rear end kind of just start to slide, and it's all the way through back to the field. So I feel like they're trying to figure out the best way to manage what they have, because they still have to do 25 more laps before we get a stage. Yeah, and the rubber buildup with this new dynamic track, that comes into play. iRacing updated this dynamic track deal, and you just see more and more rubber get laid. And now when rubber's on the tire, you just don't turn as well as you used to.
Yeah, it is just so much fun. All the changes they've made to the sim, the dynamic track it's better than it was when we had it initially, it feels like to me, because it feels like it actually makes a real big change. Back in the day, it's a little bit three-wide action here, very close quarter racing, but that's what we're accustomed to here at Bristol. But it feels like, it actually makes a change to the car throughout the run. I mean, so many times this year, I've run a long race, and at the end of the race, it feels like I'm driving a complete bucket. When at the start of the race, it felt like I had the best hot rod in the field. And every run, it feels like something's different. The heat cycles on the tire. I mean, I feel, a couple more tweaks on that tire model, and I think iRacing is going to have it down to an absolute science on how to make this racing fun as well as realistic. And we've seen it week in and week out, you know, whether it be Darlington, Circuit of the Americas, Daytona, whatever. This year, everything that we have had on Grid Vision throughout the weekend has been a one-to-one of what we see in real life. And that is just so crazy compared to, you know, all the years where, you know, maybe we'd have one thing that was similar on iRacing to real life. Great improvements across the board.
Yeah, I mean, the best part for me was when they added the rubber impact on the tire, right? We've never had it to where if it's the rubber builds up under caution, and when you do a restart and you go to turn left, it doesn't turn. And you're like, why is it not turning? Like that doesn't make any sense. And it's because if you look on your replay stuff, you have marbles and everything on your tire now, and that impacts it. So weaving your tires, cleaning off your tires, is a thing now. And I think that just adds to it, because for however long we've heard it, weaving doesn't do anything. But guess what? Now it does.
I'll tell you what, the statement weaving doesn't do anything has always been a lie too, though. Anything you can do to get those tires with a little bit of pressure built up into them on a restart helps. I mean, come on. I've watched every one of those Ryco cars qualified, any one of those tracks, and I see y'all spinning them tires back and forth and bouncing off the apron. Don't tell me you don't do that.
No, I'm not going to say. I've never said it doesn't do anything.
Why do you guys hop the curb on the warm-up laps at Martinsville before you qualify? I wasn't born yesterday. I started doing that. I started winning poles at Martinsville. Come on.
Just wait till you see my qualifying effort next week, because iRacing changed their scrutiny rules. You'll be like, what? That works? Yeah. I got one for you. I got one for you.
We able to go slower again?
No. I just, I got a thing that we used to do back in 2022 that works again.
I'm going to go back into the Grid Vision log here and see if I can't find a qualifying run from 2022. So we look at the racing happening right now. And look at this, Hinton hanging on to that lead right now. Putting together a really good run here in that 28 machine. Your favorite paint scheme of the night?
I just looked at the number. It's just an old late model number, and I
feel like I've raced against that truck as we see him bumper to bumper here with the 5 machine in a 1 and 2. Oh, and Corey Lane, the New Zealander, heavy contact with the outside wall, and he swings it back up to the track and takes out a bunch. And that was intentional.
He's wall riding. He is the 10 truck. Oh, man.
He got down to the apron, and he just hooked it hard right into the field.
Hard right into the field, and then just rode the wall through the entire corner. He Zane Smithed it through the entire corner. Or
That
Johan.
was,
He Johanned it.
Yeah, he
Yeah, that's you can't do that. Can't do that, man.
That's a guy that needs to find his way up pretty quick, because that was pretty well intentional.
Kevin LePage moment.
That is a screw you guys, I'm going home, is what that was.
Screw you guys.
Oh, Robert Lovell around down into 1 and 2.
Ooh, he saved it though.
How?
That's
that was the brakes being slammed to the ground and the throttle kicked in. I know that maneuver, and it worked. Oh, and a little bit of payback. The 50 machine puts him head on into the fence. Nate Blastel. Retaliation here at Bristol.
Oh, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm sorry. No love lost
And
there,
Lovell
man.
is trying to limp the 83 Chevrolet around the track. Unfortunately, catches a victim in the process.
You can't do that. That's just like rule number 1.
See right here, you know, the toe link's completely gone, the 83. I mean, he just got that truck abbreviated up against the fence pretty well. Here's what happens. The 50 machine just shoots him right up into the fence and cleans him out. But first rule of stock car racing, I mean, if you're going to get somebody back, don't get yourself.
Absolutely. That is 100% grade A beef. I absolutely agree, Darby. Oh, he gets hit again. Hey, your 99 truck looks pretty clean. Looks like he got that thing fixed up.
No, absolutely. There's been plenty of time in the race to pull out the backup truck at this point.
I mean, I think they're on their 5th backup truck at this point.
Yeah. You got a couple in the pits. Just watching the old wood button train roll around here.
The only thing I'm a little worried about with Bryce is he's a little scary to watch in some of his inputs. Like some of the movements he's doing coming through traffic is just a little bit Tommy Gossett-esque. You get that reference, then you get that reference.
Yeah. The old, I'm gonna send it in here, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, we're reckoning I'm blaming you for being a lap down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God bless him, but stage is over, and Bryce Hinton is gonna win this third stage. 150 laps down. And first stage winner that was not Keaton Cox here tonight. So the 28 machine looking pretty good when it matters the most. One stage remaining to finish it out. And I hate to break it to you, fellas, but this stage is when the cautions are going to start flying.
I don't know, man. I don't know if the Admirals are going to do that. I don't. No, they're going to cut. They're going to do it. They're going to.
Well, the good news is, you know, we started off with 43 trucks. We no longer have 43 trucks. I can confirm that. There's been a lot of removals, a lot of guys just leaving. We've had a couple rage quits that we just saw in that stint, one after the other, and
they're wrecking under yellow.
I mean, we're down to 17 trucks right now.
Maybe more.
And
maybe more.
Ricky goes for another spin here under caution.
Oh, Billabong having a horrible race.
So we get a look at what happened here. Oh, no, the 50. I mean, I don't know how the 50's still in there. He did just intentionally wreck somebody a little bit ago.
I have no idea. I don't.
Well, with 152 laps on the board, we're going to set off to another quick word from our sponsors, and we will be back to bring you the rest of the racing action here on the grid. And welcome back here to the finale of the Dirty Air Racing Experience here live from Bristol, Tennessee. Lights out on the iRacing Pace Truck. Just under 50 laps to go to decide it all. As you see them work through 3 and 4 here for the final time. Field in the hands of the 28 machine of Bryce Hinton. And we are back underway. Green flag is back out. And 17 trucks remaining to finish it out. Down into 1 and 2. Hinton with the advantage, and around he goes off the nose of the 4. And a couple more around behind him, and he saves it. No, there he does. We made it.
That was some good driving.
Deja vu.
That was, yeah. I don't know if you wanted to say the 27.
Oh, the double zero round in front of him.
Oh, he's going around.
Ben Johnson.
Oh, that's the 57. No.
Oh, Keaton Cox, and that's going to be a caution. What a wild night. So we get the replay spooled up here. Looking at the 57 Machine of Cox working around here. Unfortunate turn of events for him, but there's still plenty of time left. And well, Bristol is a meat grinder, so he'll probably find his way back up at the front if he's careful. Get a look at the restart here on board with the 28 Machine of Hinton, and this is going to be a wild ride, and this is an amazing piece of car control that he was able to keep this thing straight through 3 and 4, grabs the gear, grabs the throttle.
Right here.
Underway here, and it gets down to 1 and 2, and I'm wondering, maybe just a little too hard of a charge. Came in on the apron itself,
and yeah.
You couple that with the fact that he had the 4 machine sniffing the air off the rear deck lid.
Oh, look at that.
Look at those
movement.
hands. That was amazing.
And when you do
It's
that,
still
right?
wiggling.
It's when you're doing that, you're really just throwing your wheel left and right, left and right, left and right, holding gas, brake, trying to get it going. And I mean, he did an excellent job there. That was really good.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go around, and somehow he managed to keep that thing in one piece. That is beyond impressive to me.
And there's the other one. Yeah, just around out of corner exit.
At this point, too, in the run, I mean, the track has been through so many different stages. There's so much marble on the track. And when you pack all these guys back together on a restart, look at that. You can see the rubber pickup really playing here. That bottom lane's going to be wicked fast here because the amount of rubber that is not on the surface is basically a green racetrack down there for these guys. You see, the way it was in years past, when we did have dynamic track, was that bottom lane right there would be completely slicked up with a tire rubber. And everybody be starting to migrate towards the top, brushing off those marbles. Well, we don't have grip on the top like we used to, so the outside line's not getting used as much. Bottom line here under caution is where everybody kind of runs to try and save fuel. And they've, cleaned that up. So that bottom lane going to be absolutely fast. If anybody wants to make that outside line work, they're going to want to start getting up there and trying to clean up some of them marbles under caution. Hope they can get them all scrubbed off before they go green.
Well, that and right, if you want to do a little bit of research for folks at home, go on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. There's time lapses right now of since the update of tracks under caution, and you'll see the racing lines start getting cleaned up. So the more cautions you have, the greener the track's going to be, which is really interesting. And it's iRacing's finest work that they didn't really tell people about. So
yeah, no, it's I think it's up there with the dynamic track that they've had at dirt for all these years. Like, as far as a true to life representation, look, I've given iRacing a lot of grief throughout the years for updates. I think everybody that's turned a wheel on this sim has had something to gripe about. The updates, the quality of updates they have brought us these last 2 years have been just impeccable. As we see the field now in the hands, Dave Shutt, and we are back under green here.
he's going to roll that outside. Is he going to get it? The momentum says the top. A little too high, though. Oh, he keeps it straight.
Garrett Lucas now going to try and dive down the bomb, but remember, he's got the marbles on the tire. A little bit of wiggle into 3. Here comes the 78, trying to make it 3 wide on the top. Ethan George working the outside line through 1 and 2. Wreck on the front straightaway to the caution. It's going to be Garrett Lucas hanging on by a thread to hold on to the lead. Oh, not Ward.
Ward's in it. The 28's in it. There's a few guys in there.
I bet he wish he had something he could have shown through the window. There's my impression for the night, guys. I'll put that one back behind the wall. Don't worry.
It's a great impression. The fastest, greatest impression. America's impression.
See right there, there's a little bit of contact down at 3 and 4, and a great night goes to bad to significantly worse as we see the fender getting yanked off. Heavy contact and just about everybody else piling in here.
He's got a lucky dog outside. That's just... Get the damage fixed, do what you can, 4 tires, and it's like you said, it's a grinder, right? You're going to have to figure out how to work through this field.
I'm not touching that one. Heavy contact with the outside wall. That's a little bit toe link there, too. You see him get to the throttle and it just about comes around.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fast repair, boys and
Fast
girls.
repair. If you're listening to the broadcast and you're a driver, go get you 4 fresh tires. You have 40 laps left in this race. Manage your stuff. Watch out for the wrecks. Be on the brakes. And I guarantee you will finish in the top 5.
Also, 30% fuel load. Put a little bit of fuel in that bad boy.
Yeah, that's
Going ahead. Get that ballast thrown back into the rear end of that thing so you can start swinging the tail. 'Cause if you take 4 tires and you don't take fuel at this point, you know, we burned a little bit of this gas. You're gonna be tight.
Yeah, that's
You
what
wanna
people
get
don't
that thing freed
understand.
up.
You don't want to be like they're like low fuel's fast. No, they have changed these cars in iRacing. If you run low fuel, you will be really tight. You kind of have to find that sweet spot of what it is and work with it, right?
Unless you can adjust the vehicle
Yes.
on pit road with spring rates and tire pressure, you're not gonna be able to do anything with low fuel.
If it's me on a fixed setup, I'm going above 8 gallons. I'm not going below 8 gallons.
You're gonna have to bring that thing in, throw a little bit of fuel in it, throw some tires on it. If you got a fast repair and you think you need it, go on ahead and slam that on now too, and just start sending it.
Take left or take rights. Take 2, right?
Yep.
Take
2 always works good on the short tracks.
2 8 gallons of fuel and you'll turn, but you're gonna have to wheel it. Know your capability before you do that.
Yep, 2 is always great on the short tracks. That was like my best kept secret for years at New Hampshire, as we see Lucas leading us into 3 and 4 here. Does the inside line prevail in this restart?
Kind of backed it
Not
up
with a
little
launch
bit.
like that. Here comes the
Yeah.
outside line with the charge. George with the advantage into 1 and 2, but Lucas firing back on the bottom. Here comes George around the outside, though. And the momentum in the favor of the 78 machine now through 3 and 4. But a great launch on the inside line there. George got into the marbles, kind of crossed up a little bit. Crossed the start-finish line that time. Lucas with the advantage, but here comes George again up top. And they've cleaned out that outside lane. You see where there's 2 distinct lines of gray. I think that top line is going to be rolling here. Here comes the 78 machine around the top. Big wiggle, crosses over the cushion, but saves it to the 1.
And these two have got to be very familiar with each other because they're around the same I rating. They know how each other race because this is extremely clean and a really good racing here. Oh, watch the
Oh, not anymore. Around he goes off the nose of the 4 machine of Lucas and backwards into the fence for George.
There it is.
Uh-oh, he's trying to get back up there too, boys. I don't think this one's done yet. Yeah, Ethan George is kind of sending around the outside line. I think he's about to go pay his good buddy a respect or 2 here. Dang.
No, he's not. He's not mad.
He kept the spot.
He's not mad.
Whoever is working in race control is so quick on the button that George didn't even lose the spot there, aside from the lead.
So here we go. We're gonna look at this replay. Ford's coming on him. Yep, right there, middle. Gonna get the run out. Cuts the corner down.
And that right there, you know how critical it is to be in the lead here. Try to get underneath. I don't think that was intentional. I think that was just a miscalculation.
I believe so too, right? I think the 78 was just a little. The 4 thought he was going to be a little higher, right? So you're going to dive down the bottom because it looks like that 78 is going to run the middle. And yeah, we're going to look here.
This is just a classic Bristol, classic short track incident right here. The 78 leaves, tries to open up his entry here to try and get a little bit of momentum. You get a great dive in at the same time by the Ford Lucas. And it's just one of those situations where it happened so fast that you just put the truck in play. Probably doesn't even realize that he has it where it's at. And, just slight split-second misjudgment is all it takes to a track this small for something like that to happen. And I don't think that's ill will or ill intent there. That's 2 guys going for a win at Bristol. It's been a chaotic night. We've got the cautions out here now. If you're Lucas, you got to try and get control of the race. You got to get the lead back because you never know when the next caution is going to come out. You can't let these guys have the advantage. And if you're George, you got to try and, pin that truck behind you, and you just end up with stuff like that.
I don't want to speak now, but look who's back in the top 5.
Oh, is that old Keaton Cox?
It sure is.
Tell you what, he's going to have to pick up that loud pedal a little bit here, though, if he wants an opportunity.
He's on the freshest tires. So far,
start-
eighth place is coming too, right? 8th place is on pretty good tires, and then 11th is on better tires. So they're moving their way through the pack.
Keaton Cox has been really fast here tonight. Another one that's had a lot of pace has been that machine of Dave Shutt. An unsponsored 75 Chevrolet Silverado has been up near the front all night long. Ethan George been quick as well. David Weir, though, one that we haven't talked about, got pretty much destroyed the first stage and second stage, but here he is sitting in 3rd place with an opportunity. And I always like being in 3rd on a restart here at Bristol.
Oh yeah, the chaos consumes, and you're just gonna see it as we get down here. Green flag. Lucas gets the good jump.
Oh, wheel
spin. Ethan George, little wobble. I think George has got the run. Yeah.
Oh, and big struggle there for the 4 machine. Almost bends it coming into 3 and 4. Lucas loses a whole bunch of time right in front of Dave Weir. That's going to hold Weir back. Here comes the 75 machine, a shut around the top, though.
Yeah, but here's the issue. You have new tires versus old tires, right? You're kind of stuck right now. That 28 wants to get through. 57 wants to get through.
Oh, and they're wrecking.
I don't know how the 57 made it through that. That was almost
still
really
wrecking.
bad.
I think that wreck lasted longer than my 5 gum. Definitely longer than a juicy fruit.
As with the wreck happened, and Ethan George is in 1st, and Dave Shutt's in 2nd. Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, this is new tires versus old tires. 66 just got tight, pushed up the track, and it just...
I don't know. I think that was a loose, and he kind of chased it.
He said on the
It
radio
looked
it
like
got
the back
tight.
end.
So it
What
could
is-
be
what-
a
what do the
tight
drivers
loose,
know
though.
now?
It
What do
could
the
be a
drivers
tight
know?
loose, though, snap. So
We see the onboard here, but it kind of looked like the back end got unsettled there on the exit.
that looks like a tight loose situation.
Yeah,
where it's
that
one of
push
those-
that push snap,
Yeah. And that's very common to Bristol, right? Like,
Mhm.
he said he was tight, which...
If
You
you
could-
come into the corner 2 miles an hour over what you're supposed to hit center at, you're not going to make it stick here. It's a fine line here at Bristol with what you can and can't do.
Which makes it really
is.
fun.
And it's so easy to mess it up too, because you're out here racing, you're focusing on the cars around you. This is one of the here in Martinsville are the 2 easiest braking zones to miss.
Yep.
Like, I've had
Speaking of
entire races
Martinsville.
where
Ooh.
I've finished top 5 here at Bristol, and I don't think I hit the brake zone once.
The best part about Bristol is when you get like that 10 laps to go, and you just lift and coast the corner, because those tires are gonna stick with low fuel, and the adjustment in, and you know it's gonna roll. And when you get on the gas on exit, and you just see that green relative bar climb and climb and climb. I'm not touching the brake, but I'm gonna lift early, and I'm just gonna let it stick. It's a great feeling.
This whole track, everything about this place is amazing. I cannot wait for the Cup Series to come here in, what is it? Is it next month? It's not that far out.
It's a headache for me, so I'll figure it out. soon enough.
I know they've changed the schedule about 1,000,000 times, so I can hardly keep up with it. I know
Well,
we used
yeah,
to
but
come
we got
here
the new
in March.
platform here. We got the new short track platform here.
I know. I'm so excited.
I
can't
gotta
wait.
put the work in, man.
Well, so do I. I gotta get out there and bust my tail too. I'm not gonna go run 22nd at Bristol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Short track's
Martinsville
my
next
bread and
week.
butter.
I think people are gonna be surprised to see what Martinsville next week happens. But here we go.
I'm
Coming out of
hyped.
3 of 4, 78. Ethan George, David Shutt on the outside. Shutt gets a really good restart. Has to lift though, so doesn't get black flags. Yeah, it just
And
pulls
that is the
away.
best restart we've seen out of anybody in the lead here all night. The 78 machine of Ethan George gets a huge advantage through 1 and 2. Dave Shutt trying to work the outside line. Here comes Lucas fighting back. And right behind them, the guy who dominated the first half of the race, the 57 machine of Keaton Cox. One truck around in the back, the 1 machine of Dan O'Ryan chases it down to the apron and saves it. But the caution's going to fly.
I don't know about that caution, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, right? Because he was sliding down.
There was nobody behind him, though. I mean, that's one of those, I feel like the button was maybe pulled a little too soon, but, everybody kind of learns with discretion as time goes on with a league, and these guys haven't thrown a whole lot of cautions here tonight, so you see a truck spinning in your mirror, and you flip the switch.
Ooh.
Might have been something else, too. You know what? That's probably what the caution was thrown for right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Triad 621, we call this eye pacing. This is the eye pacing simulator. It's the newest update. It's real fun. But it happens.
Yeah,
Bristol is notorious for this. Like,
oh, NIS.
oh yeah. Yep.
A open, B open, C open, fixed. It doesn't matter what you run here. I mean, the Pro Series can hardly get around Bristol.
I mean, we're going to have a caution counter for Martinsville next week. We'll have a caution counter for Bristol. It's going to be one of those things where it happens. And it kind of is what it is. You just get used to it. It's sad to say that, but you do.
I just feel sorry for those guys that have caution beers and we go to these short treks. Because I know they are not doing a thing the next morning.
Me and Benefield last Bristol was really bad.
Yeah.
We were having a good time. That one, the 500 Bristol race was like 4.5 hours. And Benefield and I felt like we were pitting every 60 laps. And we finished it. But it was pretty fun.
Yeah, partying with you and Benefield sounds like a really bad day to be a liver.
And here's the fun part about with Benefield is half the time I don't even realize I'm partying with him. Normally I'm partying by myself and then realize that he's doing it as well.
Yep. Yeah, Adam's always having a good time here on the sim, man. It doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah, Adam's racing tonight, talking about in the broadcast that he's racing in that he's already so many. He's just one of those guys. Good old boy.
Yeah, he's one of those characters, And I don't think I know of anybody that has more fun here on the sim than him.
No, old Coke driver, right? Used to be a professional driver. Now just does this for fun. I mean,
hey, he's friends with Dale and TJ.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat that. It's
No.
a great life to live, man.
Here we
This
go.
is 78 machine of George up here with the advantage. Lucas up top. This battle is going to wage on here between the two of them. Down into 1 and 2. Clean start for most of the field. And here comes the 78 machine back up the hill with the advantage. Shuts the door in Lucas's face. And remember, these two threw bumpers earlier. Are we going to see a little bit of retaliation out of either one of them? But look who has moved back up into third. The 57 machine of Keaton Cox back into the picture.
Yeah, it's new tires versus old tires, right? Kind of talked about it. He's got 10-inch laps, fresher tires, a little bit less than that, but depends how you use them, right? If you're being over aggressive, these tires do get ate through very fast. It is concrete, so it's not like the asphalt that we normally drive on. It's a different abrasive surface.
Yeah, we'll absolutely chew through it. See Keaton Cox trying to get to the back bumper. Lucas, a little bit of a wiggle out of the 4 machine of Garrett Lucas there, but keeps it under power. Yeah, some drivers calling it there is a wreck further in the back, with the green flag still out. 9 laps to go here from Bristol, coming across the stripe now, 8.
Yeah, good on him. He saw that he was in the lane. He just sent it to the pits. Knew it wasn't his night. That sucks for him. That 99 truck that you like, he had a really good night. Just
No, I'm used to seeing the Caterpillar car get destroyed, whether it's Ward Burton or you. And oh, here we go for second. Keaton Cox going to muscle the 4 machine of Lucas out of the way down into the first turn. Here comes Lucas back up to the rear bumper, trying to take another swing. Contact into 3, but keeping it in the right direction is Cox.
Yeah, that's kind of what you got to do. I like that shot you took at me. Thank you so much. But yeah, just
You're welcome.
kind of. I really like Cox here, but I just don't think that tire advantage is gonna level. Okay, all right. I like Keaton Cox in this situation. Let me add a first name here, folks. In this situation, I'm done. Sheldon, you take it.
Clip it, chat. I think Ethan George, though, that's such a big advantage he has right now. A second lead, cross the stripe, 4 laps to go, no caution. I think that 17 machine is going to take it home because Keaton Cox has a lot of help right now. Well, not quite that. He's got that 4 machine looking all over the rear bumper, back down to the bottom of the track to 3 and 4, and I think that Lucas is going to shoot him out of the way if he gets a chance. 3 to go this time.
Yeah, that 4 truck is really fast with a 75 a shut. Yep, there it is.
Oh, he's
bumper.
around. It's a green-white checker.
Oh, he saved him. Oh.
It don't matter how hard you save, it's going to be a green-white checker.
That's Bristol, baby. I mean, I get the caution again, right? But did it give the 4 back his spot? It did. Who takes tires?
Oh, yeah, Shutt just gets up into the quarter pound there. I mean, 4 machine Lucas, he was kind of struggling with the tires, and he was getting log jammed a little bit by the 57 to Keaton Cox, and he just gets down there, gets a little bit of help from behind, had to check up to avoid getting into the back. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and here at Bristol, if you're not being the hammer, you end up being the nail 9 times out of 10. Right on board. It was a very rough entry, too. You see him loose all over the wheel coming into the corner. Yeah, right there.
He wasn't really in a great line, right? I mean, the rubber matters, and especially with what they have 40 laps on these tires, almost 50. No, the Ford does have 50 laps on its tires. We've gone through, I can't tell you how many heat cycles, but that does matter, right? So you when you're going to the line and into that corner, you kind of either got to be in the rubber or outside of it, and he was in between both of it, so that truck just didn't have any grip.
Also, if anybody clipped that from earlier, would love to have that on the Grid Vision soundboard, because that will be my new intro sound for every server. Thank you, Skid Racer. You are absolutely the king. We appreciate your continued support here on Grid Vision, too. I see you in the chat more often than not. So
our producer is literally losing it right now. So am
our,
I.
Our producer is actually crying. There are tears coming from this man's face.
And you know, they warned me when I did less driving, I started broadcasting. They're like, it's gonna matter what you say.
Tell you what, it's been a great race so far here tonight. A lot of great moments. George with the advantage right now. 3 laps to go, 2 on this restart. We are in overtime territory. And Roger, I know you know as well as anybody what an overtime finish looks like and feels like here at Bristol.
It's rough, right? You got to make sure you got your timing down, and that if you're gonna jump and roll the leader, you need to know his timing. And if you jump it, you're gonna get black flagged, right? So it's a predictability game. Weave off your tires, get them going, pull them belts tight, and here we go.
Into the iRacing restart zone here for what might be the final time. The most important restart of the night is underway, and a great launch for the 78 machine of George. He's going to have the advantage down to 1 and 2. Here comes Keaton Cox trying to make something happen outside, and he's going to get a great run through 1 and 2, but a little bit of a wiggle. And George going to hold the advantage down to 3 and 4, and they are side by side for second behind him. Here comes Weir to the inside. A little bit of a side draft out of onto the front straightaway. White flag is into the air. And here comes the 66 machine of Weir up to the back bumper, takes a slide. And now they're going to use the bumpers here in the 3 and 4. Not going to be able to connect out of turn 4 to win it here at Bristol. It's going to be Ethan George.
What a finish. They wrecked big on the backstretch there with 1 to go, and the admin did not throw the caution, and those trucks were in the middle of the track. They did a great job getting them down below the apron before the field came back, because that was almost really bad.
And you see Keaton Cox with a congratulatory bump to the door. And how about that for Ethan George, man? Ran a perfect race here tonight. Never got a scratch on that truck. George Lucas coming down, giving him a pat on the back as well. I mean, that's about as perfect as you can run at Bristol. What a night.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, he managed his stuff, right? 50 lap old tires. That the 66 pit on lap 179, it was coming. I mean, if there was probably any more laps left, it would have been a drag race across the line.
You know what, Roger? We were all nervous about them running Bristol tonight. We didn't know what we were going to get. And I gotta say, this was a pretty stellar race for what we had going on.
They did a really good job, right? I mean, this league's definitely interesting with not throwing cautions within the first 3 stages. And the last stage, you really don't know what's going to happen. But for Bristol with the trucks, with the variety of skill gap going on, I mean, I think they did a fantastic job.
It was absolutely a great race. You see the 78 machine running around here doing this celebratory victory lap, about to bring that thing on to into victory lane. Get a look at the race results as he's at work doing that. Ethan George coming home, up 6 spots with the win. Second place going to David Ware with Garrett Lucas coming home third. Fourth place goes to the 37 machine of Bryce Hinton with Keaton Cox coming home fifth. Sixth position goes to Dave Shutt with Dana Ryan in seventh. Eighth goes to John Miles with Ben Johnson and Danny Beach running out the top 10. Roger.
Yeah, 11th will be Ricky Miles with Peyton Kleba in 12th. 13th, James Jepson with Robert Lovell in 14th. 15th will be Carlos Andrade with Hunter Wellboard in 16th. 17th will be Cindric Hopkins with Nate Blasdale in 18th. 19th will be David Moyer, followed by Corey Lane in 20th.
Coming home in 21st is going to be the 14 machine of Jordan Gunya with Terry Henry in 22nd. 23rd goes to Stephen Gill with Michael Wiley in 24th. 25th place goes to Jackson Connell with Andrew Bryson in 26th. 27th goes to Michael Hall, followed by Matt Cook, Mark Gagnon, and Nick Lights right out the top 30.
At 30, first will be Dustin Mombarquat.
Good job, Roger.
32nd. Hey, I took 4 years of French. With Tristan Combs in 33rd and TJ Allen in 34th. 35th will be Noah Rainwater with Rusty Chansey in 36th. 37th will be DJ Thomas with Dylan Chavez in 38th. Scott McLean in 39th with Christopher Peters in 40th. And then followed out Connor Homan, Blake Dorney, Cameron Hale, Brian Smith, and Cody Vaughn rounding out the last top 5.
As we look at the 78 machine here in Victory Lane, looks like we'll have an opportunity to interview some of our podium finishers here tonight. And let me get a look through the Discord here and see who we have on tap. And honestly, I'm actually not seeing anybody right now. Yeah, we will pull up our third place finisher, Garrett Lucas. And sitting here with the third place finisher here, driver of the number 4 machine, Black Rifle Coffee Company, sponsored, Garrett Lucas. And Garrett, what a wild night it was here today at Bristol. And tell me about your race, man, because you were up there at the front. You were hauling when it mattered the most.
Yeah, man. First race in this league, by the way. I say I did pretty good. I started the race with take 2 fast repairs off of 2 separate wrecks, and then I worked my way all the way back up. By the end of the third stage, I was up in the top 3, and then I kind of just held it there because of all the cautions and stuff. And I mean, I caused some carnage and stuff, but none of it was on purpose, just trying to hard racing and stuff. And I mean, I ended up getting third, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Third place finish, definitely nothing to sneeze at here to start off a run in a new series. And what'd you feel about the racing action out there tonight? Because, you know, it was topsy-turvy. We had a lot of crazy moments, but once you got up into that top 5, it looked like you had a lot of fun out there. I mean, what was the quality of the top 5 competition?
Yeah, top 5 competition, definitely very fun. It was a lot more cleaner and stuff instead of being back in the back, because that's where all the wrecks were happening and all the dirty stuff. But yeah, up top 5, it was very fun.
Well, it was good to see it run up there strong today. Got any plans on coming back and running next week?
Maybe.
I'm not sure what track is next week, so we'll have to be filled in on that when the time comes. But congratulations on the podium finish tonight. Who do you want to thank and shout out for the performance this evening?
I mean, I had a great spotter. It's his first time spotting, but his name's also Ricky. I know there's another Ricky in here, but thanks to him. I mean, he did pretty good for his first time spotting.
Well, thanks for coming up here and talking with us this evening. Congrats on the podium, and looking forward to potentially seeing you on the track next week. Keep an eye out for that 4 machine.
Yep, of course. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I'm going to hand it on over to Roger with the next of our podium finishers, if I can find anybody here.
I think is he down at T1? Yeah.
All right, Roger, you're going to be sitting with our race winner here, Ethan George.
All right. Hey, Ethan, it's Roger in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I'm tongue-tied right now, bud. But hey, man, you did an excellent job here. Pulled it out. Tell me about your race. Talk me through the stages and how you made it through all that carnage. Yeah.
That first stage, I started out in 7th. Went and said, I'm going to save. I'm not going to go and try and win it on the first lap. Didn't seem like I was too fast at the beginning there. Everybody wrecked in front of me, and I inherited the lead about whenever I did. And then almost ran out of fuel there that first stage. Didn't realize I was low on fuel until my spotter said so. Then that second stage, I kept it under me, and then pretty much that was like the mid-tier, nothing happening stage. And then third stage, had that big moment, hitting the wall, and then thankfully was able to make it to the end of that stage. And last stage, made my way up from all those cautions and ended up in the right position to win at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, you and Garrett had some really good battles there at the end. You had fresh tires, kind of battling through the top 10 there with some of those restarts. Were you a little bit nervous with those tires? I mean, you probably saw them coming.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too worried about it because I knew I was able to get a pretty good, comfortable second and a half lead if it went green. I kind of got nervous getting that last restart, but fortunately they all seemed to stay back far enough.
Yeah, man, I think you navigated traffic really well tonight. You kind of showed the way. A little bit instant there in that final stage, but you worked your way back with that great timed caution. I mean, it gave you that spot back. So any friends, family, sponsors you want to thank here?
Just my dad and mom for letting me have what I have. I don't really have any sponsors. It's like my first actual televised event that I've won.
Hey, man, well, keep it up. I mean, you got the ability to do a lot of tier. I mean, it's hard to navigate Bristol, especially in a truck on a fixed set with as much chaos that was going on. I mean, I think you did a really good job. So keep that up. Congratulations on your win. Is this your first win in this league then?
That's my first time in the league, the first race.
There you go. First win in the first time in the league, first win. That just got to show up next week and defend it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be here, probably.
All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate you. Congratulations on your win. And that's Ethan George, first place finisher here at Bristol.
What a great night of racing we saw here at Bristol. The Dirty Air Racing Experience put together one hell of a show from Thunder Valley. And Roger, I don't think you could have got more textbook Bristol, man. We saw everything. We saw hard racing. We saw great clean racing. We saw, a little bit of dodgeball, a little bit of crazy wrecks here and there, a nice little handful of retaliation. And oh no, I think it was a pretty stellar evening and kind of got all the flavors of this wonderful half-mile short track in the Tennessee foothills.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, right? We saw some bumpers being used. We saw some sliding of the tires. I mean, the restarts were really good. You really saw the rubber start building up on that top lane and the marbles start to really show. And it kind of just showed that new iRacing dynamic track that we just kept harping on. And I think moving forward, when we go to these short tracks, people are going to really start to notice that. So, I mean, I think they did a really good job tonight. The Dirty Air Racing Experience. I'm 2 weeks into this league, and it's a lot of fun to broadcast. And the drivers that show up are are definitely interesting to watch. I mean, like I said, skill gap is there. You can kind of see it, but it's kind of fun to see them learn through the races. 200 laps at Bristol is a lot of time to learn what you can.
And from the entire Grid Vision team, we'd like to thank you for watching and participating in the chat. For more information on getting your league broadcasted or supported by gridvision.live, contact us on Facebook, Discord, or info@gridvision.live. A special thanks, as always, goes out to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams, providing all the incredible cameras that we use on all of our broadcasts. Congratulations again to our race winner here tonight. My brain has fried out on me. Ethan George. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a long day. But on winning tonight here from Bristol, this has been Sheldon Atkins. I've been joined by Roger Pierce and our incredible producer, Austin Derbyshire. And we will see you next time on the grid.